Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Lost Legend TV. We are Ready to MC, and I'm Ray.
And I'm James.
A year to making. We have reacted to the trailer. Peter let us know it was out. Peter also let us know that Roseblood, which is what we're going to be reviewing today, was also out.
Yep.
A few days late, but we watched it. We're going to review it, give you the pros, the cons, what we thought about it.
We're gonna keep it as honest as we can with you.
Keep it real.
First off, I loved how this was shot. I want to say cinematography. I don't know if that's the right word or not. The way every scene was placed, I really, really liked it. I liked that they were able to bring back the original Tina. They even brought back Nick. Yeah, it was Nick. The Jason still looks so fucking good in this film.
It does. I love the opening scene where Jason's in the water.
Yeah.
Still being held on by fucking the dad's hand.
I found out, because I did some reading into it, they had originally had a different scene that they were going to do at the beginning with him. The hood came in late.
Ooh. I guess we should break down the story a little bit. So the story is, it takes place a year later. Well, two different time periods.
Yeah, there's two time periods.
One takes place a year later, one's is like 30 years later.
Well, one's like basically present day.
Yeah. Evidently, Tina's now in this Crystal Lake research facility. It's at Crystal Lake, and she's being guarded by this FAST team. One thing I have to give praise to is the cast. The cast in this is great. I loved how each FAST member had their own personality. I liked the guy that played Creighton Duke. I feel like he played, I wouldn't say like an accurate representation of Creighton Duke like from part 9, but I feel like he portrayed the perfect adolescence Creighton Duke, you know?
Yeah.
Like the younger version. I really liked Tina. Like I said, there wasn't a person I really didn't like the acting. I liked the story. I feel like the build up towards the end was like really good.
I do kind of wish he'd have showed up just slightly earlier. Like not like he had to be in there the whole film. I get that. Mm-hmm. I do feel like I wish it had been a little more, because it kind of felt like for a while like it wasn't a Jason film. It was more of like a side project, and Jason just happened to show up at the end.
Let's just break the synopsis down, the story down. Just get it out the way. Story is, Tina's at this Crystal Lake research facility. It's like 1989, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's a year later. She's basically being studied. She doesn't know that. They're playing it off like, hey, we're just trying to help you. There's also this young girl named Rose.
She comes in later. She evidently involuntarily slaughtered her fucking parents. And she apparently has similar or maybe even stronger powers as Tina does. And the whole goal is basically like a bunch of army guys, and then there's like a doctor, and then there's like Creighton Duke. And Creighton Duke's apparently like some sort of scientist, because he creates something that they use for it. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Some kind of like, I think they call it like a DMT chemical, whatever.
Yeah. The general's goal, I'm going to use this girl to bring Jason back, and their goal is to put him down, but not to kill him, but to like study him.
Yeah, for like his regeneration abilities and
for his strength and stuff like that. Which is, if you know Jason, that's a fucking dumbass idea. I get why they would do it. And I'm not saying like the idea in the story is dumb. I'm talking about like for that character, like for a character, for anyone to think that he must not have known Jason. Well, there was a weird part in the middle that kind of threw me off, because Tina was like asking all these questions about Rose, right? The next time you see her, she's just talking to Rose. And like, I was like, when did this happen? It kind of threw me off. But she becomes like a sister to Rose. And like an older sister to her. She's like, whatever, like, yeah, I'm down. Let's play games. Let's do this. Let's hang out. Let's talk. You know, they become real close. Eventually, what happens is they're going to use Creighton Duke's
serum.
I was going to say serum, but serum doesn't sound right, because I think it was something else. They're going to use his project on Rose and Tina. They first decide they're going to use it on Rose. Rose is already not trusting of them, especially because there was a scene where they were talking shit to her and Tina, and she fucking slung glass at the general's face, cut his eye. Like,
one eye Willie.
Yeah. Ended up getting an eye patch. They bring her into this room. Tina sees it. The security really throws me off in this, because she's able to open her door and just walk wherever the fuck she wants to go. And I get that, sort of, but it seems like, especially in this situation, you wouldn't want her to be walking out and looking at shit like this.
Right, lock the door.
Yeah.
Especially like Creighton was locked up and you couldn't get out.
She goes in there and you start hearing all this screaming and shit, and my first thought was, okay, so somehow they brought Jason back, and maybe it was like some like portal shit or some however, and bam, he's in there now and he's just running through people. They even had like a knife kill through the door.
Yeah, I was like, that's Jason.
Blood everywhere, like shit, Jason going ham. Nope.
Nope.
Fucking Rose said, fuck it. Whenever she goes into her telekinesis shit, she goes into a dark place. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's a whole 180, because like when she talks, she's pretty like a nice little innocent girl or whatever. But when that shit flips, it's a whole nother fucking level. And she runs through pretty much everybody in there. There's one dude who's still bleeding out. Yeah. Tells Tina not to trust her. And she calms her down. Tina's literally the only one who could calm the girl down. After trying that, this janitor who's there, and he's, for the most part, it's along the lines of respect. He is apparently best friends with Creighton Duke, and he tells Creighton, look, you gotta get these girls out of here.
Yeah, she's gonna go south.
And Creighton's like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about or whatever. He tries to talk to Tina one time. Tina ain't hearing Creighton shit. Eventually, Creighton's like, you know what? He was right. I need to do this. So he goes to take Tina. Tina's wanting to go get Rose. Yeah. And Creighton's like, nah, bro.
She's too far gone.
Yeah, she's too far gone. And he even brings up Nick, trying to like, hey, look, I talked to Nick, so... But Creighton gets stopped by it was a colonel, right? Yeah. Who also pretended like he was helping for Tina. And then there was a doctor who was also kind of pretending to help Tina, but he also was like... not wanting to be a part of it. He was really a conflicted character.
Yeah, he was riding the fence the whole time.
He was just like, no, this is wrong. Like, then he would like immediately flip to the next one. Was like, yeah, let's do this. And they lock him in the door with the code 6969, which is like, all right, whatever. And then, of course, they're like, fuck, we're just going to go ahead and jump into the next plan. I didn't talk about the fast guys, so I'll let you talk about them before we get to that, like the final part. Like,
fast members, I can't remember their names. You had one that was very skilled with knives. You had this cutter. You had this female. She was very proficient in... She's just a badass. I think her name was Sanchez or something. It was something along the lines like that. The other one was like very strategic.
Yeah, like a tactical guy. Yeah. Basically like...
Mike Tyson on cocaine. Yeah. Which is how they said it. Tina is in her room asleep. Rose is also in her room asleep. They're like, fuck this. We're going to go ahead with... I think they called it... It wasn't phase 2. Project something.
Yeah, I know. I was spacing on it. I knew it was Project.
Basically phase 2, all right? We're gonna run with that. I'm sorry, Peter. We'll let you down.
I'm sorry. I promise you we watched the film.
I only watched it once.
Our memory is just shit.
So basically phase 2, so they grab Rose and they bring her into this room, but on the way, Tina looks at her and is like, oh shit, but she's trying to get Rose out of it. Of course, she's held back. They lock Rose in this room and they wind up locking Tina in there as well. And they're both in chairs, tied up. They get it's not a fucking serum. It's Creighton Duke's fucking creation. Yeah. The DMT chemical. Yeah. And what they're trying to do is boost their power so they can have the power to manifest something.
And they use it on Tina because apparently in Tina's dreams, she's like seeing stuff. Like, I guess Jason or whatever, because she's dreaming about her mom and her dad and all that other stuff.
And Rose is so powerful, they mentioned, because they watched this video earlier, like you don't see the video, has the power to manifest something. So she manifested something that killed her parents. Mm-hmm. So they want to use her to manifest, I guess, Jason back. All that happens. And one of the badass scenes of this fucking fan film happens. You see Jason arise from the water. No mask.
The hood looked beautiful. Like it
Again,
looked amazing.
This is shot underwater, like looking up, and you see the dad's fucking hand still holding him. He's like, fuck that. Get the fuck off me. He comes, have these soldiers outside. It's not the fast members yet.
They had this whole weird thing where like they were fucking with this one guy, like playing around on the fucking radio, calling him Rambo and shit. And,
Don't fall asleep again.
They were wanting to like him to play around, and then they decided, we're gonna prank him, and one of them runs up on him while he's like on playing like a little handheld game, puts on the Jason mask and scares him. This is like, okay, cool, I get that.
Piss me pants.
Yeah. Jason shows up and he fucking wrecks everybody. He literally throws this dude through the door. He tosses this motherfucker through the door and he goes to the fast members. First dude who comes at him is motherfucking Mike Tyson on cocaine, dude. So, like, he runs up, starts swinging on Jason.
Didn't stand a chance.
Didn't stand a fucking chance. Took turns, which is not smart. Like, you're a group.
Let's team up on a song.
Here's the thing, though. Their tactician dude was asleep with a Walkman on, so he couldn't hear. And they're trying to tell old buddy, because he has this biggest motherfucker. He calls it Old Betsy, and it's a shotgun. They're telling him, take the shot. I don't got a shot. Could have fucking shot. Like, at this point, you need to fucking shoot.
Jason has some big real estate on him. I'm sure he could have found something.
Yeah.
Nobody threw, like, his knives into Jason. Jason just, get the fucking shit out of here. One of my favorite kills, though, was when he ripped that fucking dude's face off.
And then old girl gets up, and Jason's, like, looking through weapons and shit. She gets up and grabs a pistol, tries to shoot him. it fucking clicks, and he grabs this fucking a weed whacker. It was the weed whacker?
Yeah, it's basically a weed whacker. The saw on it.
And she knows her face. She says, fuck me. Yeah. And just lets him just like cut through her guts and everything.
So we got Big JJ. He comes into the room. Well, he doesn't exactly come into the room, like bust through the fucking door. One other kill I like before Jason busts into the fucking door, they have this callback into the Part 7 movie. They have like this shot scene of this wall. Like you go like back and forth. We see Jason on one side, old buddy on the other. Jason's like listening to him. And like he pans back, he's gone.
And it's like he could hear like him breathing or whatever.
He pans back and then just gets a fucking machete through the old chopper there. He broke through the fucking wall. It was crazy. Here's your pancake. Yeah. All right, so Jason enters the room. Tina gets knocked the fuck out from the serum. She's unconscious at this point. Rose has the ability to just fucking fight Jason off at this point. He killed the colonel. He killed the general. Everybody's fucking dead at this point, besides these three. Tina wakes up. They basically fucking tag team Jason at this point. It's fucking badass. In the midst of the action, I guess Rose, she opens up this portal, I guess.
Yeah.
Tina's like, send them back. Send them back.
Rose somehow into this universe brings Michael Myers.
Dun, dun. I will say it was beautifully shot.
Yeah.
Because you have the action going on. You just see like Rose with her fucking glowing fucking red eyes and the pans slightly behind her shoulder. And
then the Michael music Myers hits.
Naturally, Jason ain't going to be a little bitch. He walks up to Michael. They have like this fierce stare down. They start grappling each other like it's fucking WWF.
Tina's just screaming, send them back.
Send them back. They send them back. They don't have a fight. They disappear. Tina's like...
And Rose like, I sent him back for you. And then right through her fucking back.
Don't know where Jason came from.
I don't either. He fucking stabs her. He kills her.
Michael got sent back. Jason didn't get sent back.
And then it just cuts to the present day.
This is the original Tina.
Yeah.
Lower Park Lincoln. We didn't even mention at the very fucking beginning that Dr. Cruz came back.
Yeah.
I don't know how we forgot to mention that.
I don't either. He ended up being like a manifestation that she made.
All in the mind.
And then she's talking to this fucking orderly dude, and he's fucking giving her shit, saying that maybe she killed everybody, maybe none of this was real. And she's like, well, my manifestation is actually standing behind you. And he's like, oh, really? And he turns around, and Jason's right there, and he fucking kills him. I don't know where the fuck Jason came from. If she brought him in there, why? And then she has this like epic stare down with Jason, and she's like, I'm gonna send you back. And she sends it through this fucking portal area. Yeah. Right when that happens, Nick shows up.
Yeah.
And she fucking throws him through it, and they have this intense scene or whatever, like loving scene or whatever, and bam. Oh, they do have an after credit scene where basically you see like Savini Jason.
In hell.
Yeah,
so
that was pretty cool. So overall, let's talk about some of the good things we like. To me, I think Jason, the actual appearance, the acting, the kills was my favorite part of it. Like
Jason Brooks, the guy who played Jason in Vengeance, he does a really good job with Jason.
Very good. I really liked it.
Kills were good.
The kills were amazing.
Cinematography was on fucking point.
I don't dislike Creighton Duke. I really like the way that they portrayed him in this, and I'm glad that they kind of gave him like a backstory of like maybe why he really, really wanted to get Jason.
Well, I mean, I like it, but I don't like it because it kind of contradicts the lore of Creighton Duke. Because originally they was at Camp Crystal Lake, and Jason killed his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And he was coming back for revenge, which that didn't happen until later. So I guess this is like their Creighton Duke.
Yeah,
I fuck with it.
Now let's talk about some of the things I don't like. I didn't like the nostalgia scenes that they had. There was literally one scene where they were playing like 80s stuff, and it had nothing to do with the story. They were trading cards, playing with a magic 8-ball.
Yeah.
I feel like they leaned a little too much into that. Like, we didn't absolutely have to have that. Like, there were some times where like I can get it happening, like even like the girls bonding and shit.
Yeah.
But there were several different things of them like playing games and stuff at times that didn't need it.
Because you can say it's in the 80s. Like, you didn't have to prove it was in the 80s.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I didn't like about this film is not necessarily like the film itself, like the aspects of the film. I feel like this shouldn't have been no more than 45 minutes long. Like, I felt that was good.
And I feel like if you'd have cut some of the nostalgia areas out of it or whatever, and a couple like extra, little other scenes, you could have made it 45 minutes.
Even though I love this film, like 45 minutes in, I'm like, how much is left? Like, not much is going on.
Because it was a drag. Because like Jason does not come until later. And I get that it's a build, so you're kind of like, when is he coming? Because like when he comes in, fucking wrecks shit.
But you have to power through that because, yeah, they do tell you, like, the Creighton Duke thing, the Colonel, their plans with Tina at first, and then phase 2's with Rose. I feel like that could have been compacted a lot.
And that's why I was saying, it kind of felt like it was more of like a side story for like a Crystal Lake type thing or whatever, more than just a Jason story. There was a couple times that the blood didn't seem as realistic to me. I think it was when either when the dude took his face off, or like when he like I think he just like punched the dude in the face or something, like killed him.
I felt the same way about Jason. Pushes this guy, like crushes his skull up against the wall. And there's like 6 gallons of blood just like.
I think that was it. I think that might have been
the same one.
I think it is.
Like it was just overkill.
Yeah, it was just a little extra.
I would like some more Nick, some more Dr. Cruz, and some more Laura Park Lincoln. Which I understand, they're veteran actors. This is a fan film. Probably financial obligations. Like, hey,
I can only do so much for that, and I respect it.
I felt like, as much as I loved it, me and James talked about it, I felt like we could have did without the Michael Myers scene. I loved it. I loved it. I'm glad it's in there, but...
And this is literally coming from like a huge fucking Halloween fan. It's a fan film, and that's something the fans really want. I just don't see how it ties into the story.
What I would have did with that, and there's one more scene I would have changed. It's just me, though. I would have brought back somebody from Jason's past that would have really fucked with it. Whether it be his mom, Jarvis.
Yeah, because you could have brought Jarvis back because he was in 6.
One other thing I would have changed that I didn't like was when that John Rambo dude was outside and old buddy runs up with the mask. I wouldn't have had that.
Yeah.
Like when Jason discovers his equipment on the wall, it was bad fucking nasty. Like he was sitting there like, hey, I'm gonna grab the machete. No.
You literally could have started that off with maybe him just banging on the door.
I would have kept that mask right there.
Yeah, and then just tossed him through there.
Yeah.
And then bam.
He donned it. My biggest complaint about the film is just the runtime. I don't think this should have been like an hour and a half. Because I was just waiting for stuff to happen. And this is not us hating the film.
No.
It's just, I feel like there could have been 45 minutes. It would have been perfect. The Savini angle, I hope we get something with that because it hasn't been done yet.
Waiting, that fucking hood, the way Jason looked was so good to me. I do think it was a really good fan film.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's one of the better Jason ones I have seen, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite.
Yeah, so we're going to close out this year because this is most likely going to be the last Friday fan film we're going to review this year. So comparatively, we went back. We're going to rate this. You guys remember we gave Jason Rising, you gave it a 7, I gave it an 8. Vengeance, you gave it a 5.7, I gave it a 6. Rate this 1 to 10, 5 being average. Okay, don't take that as bad. 5 is your average film.
And average is 5. Like, it's the most average film ever. Fucking 1 is like, why the fuck did we watch this? It's god awful. And 10 is like, dude, I gotta see this right now. Like, as soon as we get done with the filming. I would put this, I'm putting this over Vengeance. Mostly because there was just too much kills. And it's hard to say that for a horror film. But it literally was just times where we had random characters thrown in there literally just to be killed.
Yeah, they forgot about the plot.
It was
just kill, and then we're gonna come back to the plot.
Yeah, we'll come back to it. Yeah, so it's all right, whatever. I'm gonna give this a 6. I'm gonna give it a 6.
I'm gonna give it a 6 as well.
I don't think it was as good as Rising to me. I do think it's better than Vengeance. It's better than Vengeance. I really hope y'all don't take that as this is a horrible film. I do think you should watch it. I do think it's worth a watch.
We would recommend it to people.
Absolutely.
I would watch it again. Being a fan film, I can let shit go.
Yeah.
Like that Michael stuff don't bother me. The mask thing don't bother me. The one thing just knocked it down for me was the runtime. I understand this is a fan film. We're having fun with it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed seeing Michael. The story that was going on, I don't know why.
Yeah.
Michael.
If you'd have gave me something, even like maybe there was hints and we just
Rose lived in Haddonfield.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something.
He was just there.
Yeah, I felt like they were maybe they did hint somewhere why he was there.
We might have missed something.
Maybe we missed it. We only watched it once, so who knows? But we really do like the film, guys. Really thank y'all for letting us know when it came out. I would recommend this to people. I'm going to recommend this to people. Thank y'all for putting this out. I really, really do appreciate all the work and effort that y'all put into making this Jason film, especially as we don't get Jason films as much anymore. Maybe with this lawsuit being sort of finalized, maybe we'll get one eventually.
Yeah. One more thing before we go. Peter, I want to say thank you again for personally coming on the channel and telling us, hey, Rosebud is out. It just shows how much you pay attention to small channels like us.
Yeah.
Like you commented on our trailer reaction. That felt like fucking heaven.
Yeah.
And for you to come back to us and be like, hey guys, it's out, tell me what you think. It's just, thank you. If you do anything else, man, we're here.
All day. So again, thank you, Peter. Thank y'all for watching this. And until next time, guys, like always, deuces.
Adios.
Let me tell you how it's about to go. Let me show you the towel you're about to throw. This is hip-hop, try to run in our house, we'll knock your ass straight out the door. I'm the enemy's epitome, the fantasy, my tendency to mentally give your career the death penalty. I instantly advise you to match my intensity, try to fit my brain like Jackie Kennedy. I'm so tired of the why nots, tired of putting MCs in a pine box. You motherfuckers couldn't even hit me in my blind.